Welcome to this next episode of YouTube, where we are about 30 days away from a introduction for what we believe will probably just be Boltz at this time. And so we're trying to detail what that's going to look like, how we're going to be able to manage this. And again, the big, question for Luna is, will she have recovered enough from the bone density issue to be in an exhibit that's got so many hazards like rocks and ponds and logs and not to mention roughhousing with a litter mate who she has not spent quality time with in the last month, but also the adult wolves and all the things that come with being in an exhibit. So at this point, it appears that what we're waiting for is July 10th is the 8-week post-op surgical x-ray. And what we're hoping to get a result from at that time is a release for her to spend more time with Boltz so that we can at least have 2 more weeks prior to the introduction of Boltz and Luna being together so we don't lose that social relationship. Right now, again, it's getting a lot of frustration because she's separated. So when they get together, she just attacks him and bites him on the neck and head shakes him and not normal pup interaction. So we are kind of watching that. We feel very good about the way Aiden and Denali feel about Luna and the way Luna feels about Aiden and Denali. She does go up to the fence. She does get some yard time. Again, we alternate between Boltz and Luna, and the goal is to give her a little more muscle development by giving a little more space to move. And you can see she's very excited. Submissive flat ears, tail wagging. They're excited. Aiden and Denali are in a social engagement, kind of Aiden goes down into just kind of a social submissive role there. Doesn't necessarily mean he's, losing status to Denali. It's just, again, they're excited. They're, excited to see her. She's excited to see them. So we continue to maintain those visits on a daily basis. And we have to watch her because she gets way too excited. That back right leg there is kind of bouncing around a bit. But she will settle down, and then she'll lay next to the fence. And, that's just as important as the greetings are, is just that feeling of being part of that cohesive pack. And that's what we have to maintain psychologically. And that's the challenge of separation of wolves versus dogs. Dogs, you don't have to worry about that as much. They can get back together at about any time. With wolves, if there's a separation for a period of time, they may perceive it as not part of the pack and then not be as accepting. So because she was laying by the side of the enclosure that had a lot of concrete, we brought out a dog bed. And this used to be actually Grizzard's when he was younger. Well, Luna, had other things intended than to lay in it. So, again, here you see a little bit of that real predatory behavior. She's got a lot of what I call carcass feeding behavior. She's grabbing things, she's pulling on it, she's, tearing things, she's head shaking things. These are all really good skills for her when she is a pack mate and she's competing for a part of a deer with the other wolves. I see her having no trouble being able to compete. So eventually she does settle down, and I'll let you listen to some howling. The adults are howling, but Luna's not responding. But a different stimulus creates a howl from them. Not sure what changed, but in this clip, you'll see the same clip from 2 different viewpoints, one from Luna, and then we repeat the clip from somebody who filmed Boltz. this is the area that, again, Luna, when she's not in the yard, stays. This is the back door to the auditorium where we go in for programs. And Luna is it's a kind of a small runway that gives her a little bit more space. It's all gravel except for that concrete pad there. So when Boltz is in the yard, Luna's in the runway and vice versa. So the challenge that we have is Boltz is older than any other pup that we've ever maintained in a socialized human setting. Normally by this age, the pups are in the adult's enclosure. That means, you know, when they're getting curious and energetic, there's adult wolves that deal with them and wear them out. So it's a challenge, and we have to be as creative as we can, and fortunately dog toys do help with that stimulus. If you don't stimulate them, we get a lot more redirected aggression, a lot of frustration coming from Boltz if he can't have an outlet. So the yard may look kind of like a mess. Got lots of toys out there because we need to keep him occupied. And again, we have about 4 more weeks before the introduction. It's actually slated for July 30th, and tomorrow is June 30th. So this is going to be a challenge, keeping this big boy occupied. And he's active, he's got a lot of energy, and he needs to wear it off. So we had contemplated, you know, if we had to put him in early, you know, is that a possibility? And obviously it you know, it still can be. But what we want to get with Boltz before he goes in is we want to get him to be a little bit better of an eater. He's very finicky. He's temperamental, even though he's eating about 30 ounces of meat a day. It takes a lot of effort to get him to eat that. If he's in the pack, I can't be in there every hour offering him food and having him deny it and then offering him food again. He has to be a sound eater of large quantities at 1 or 2 sittings, and he's not quite there yet. So even though he's physically looking like he's big, he's still got a little bit of puppy-ish issues that we've got to solve. Fortunately, Aiden and Denali are calm, very calm, and again, whether that's prolactin or whether that's the 85-degree heat, they are really maintaining a calm exhibit. The other thing that occurred here, we found a little bit of a lump on Grizzer, and I'm going to show you the clip here. It was about maybe 1 inch long, and it's just very soft, very fluid. Waiting to hear some more details about that from the vet analysis. And the third challenge we have is retirement. These wolves do not like having fly ointment applied to their ears. It gets to the point now we come in with fly ointment containers, they go the other way. So we had to solve this problem because we can't let them have fly bites. So what we've been doing is putting some fly spray on the birch tree there and having them scent roll against it and be able to get that ointment. The other thing that we're trying is just kind of a spray where they're next to the fence. Again, same kind of thing, scent rolling, and we can spray mainly the tops of their ears. The other thing that we are trying is some cedar oil that we spray in the den area and kind of around the vegetation. It's a pet safe product that just has a real strong cedar smell and cedar oil smell, and we've been using that, and smells great. The den smells great, and it does seem to keep the flies from gathering around the den. So if we can keep the den clear of flies, that gives them a place to go and to get out of the, you know, of the biting flies. The other thing we did, pressure wash the pond, got that all cleaned up, and that's another place to escape some bugs for a while. And we are brushing out Shadow today. We got most of that hair out of him, so he should be cooler. So that's about it for this week's YouTube. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll keep you posted on Grizzer's lump. Actually, today it's less than it was previously. We don't think it's a growth. We think it's probably something related to bug bites or an abscess. So we'll keep you posted on that, and thanks for watching.